Hey everyone, I'm here. A couple people here. Hello, hello, hello. It's 7 now. We'll just chit chat, give people a chance to show up. Mary, Darren, Barbara D, Alice. Hello, hello, Deborah. Thank you for being here. Let's do some magic. Let's really use our power of our thoughts and our intentions and our manifesting to make this a better country. That's why we're here. I hope you had a good day. I hope you're getting a feeling of, boy, we've been through so much. I guess we must be pretty strong. Or like, we're getting stronger because of this. It's like resistance training. It's like going to the gym because you want your muscles to be stronger, and you get stronger through resisting. So, Jackie believes in magic. You enjoyed my PNN? Yeah, thank goodness for my old rickety heater that's pretty good. Yeah, that was I was going on and on about National Grid, but the reason I went on about it at my PNN, I did a little bit earlier, and I uploaded it. The reason I went on about it is because this is a sign of the times that we're in. The abject incompetence that I have encountered, especially dealing with the utility company. And, if you start talking to people about what you're going through with a company like that, you start to see, like a company that everybody has to deal with in their lives. You start to hear that, I had trouble too, and I had trouble too, and I had trouble too, which is why it is important to share, because it makes people feel like, I'm not the only one. It makes us feel less alone. So during this time that we're being stolen from, face it, the orange monster is robbing us blind. The orange monster has decided that the United States of America is for sale. And that started to happen more than 10 years ago, that he started to do that. I have a sense that there's no turning back from the Epstein situation. And if you watch my PNN earlier, I don't feel that J.D. Vance will be president. It's going to be interesting to watch everything tumbling down. I think it's going to be interesting how fast it all just, it's like there's been a buildup and a buildup and a buildup and a buildup. And I think it's going to be interesting how fast people that even supported Dumpy are just they're going to turn 180 degrees the other direction. Go on the news, about the utility companies, or with PNN. I would love to. I really would. Visualize that for me. So the Epstein thing is really, it's it. And let me just talk about the flip side of the Epstein thing. Like theoretically speaking, if the Epstein thing didn't take him down and didn't get him into at least a forced resignation, like what happened to Nixon, history does repeat itself. If it didn't go in that direction, then what we would be saying as a nation is it's okay to not protect our children from this kind of trafficking. So when it comes to certain things are not negotiable, right? And anybody at this point who decides that, Trump doesn't do anything wrong, and that's okay, and the girls probably weren't that old, or they might try this. That's not Trump. They did try that with the birthday sketch, right? That wasn't Donald Trump's signature. That's not how he signs his name. Once again, the gaslighting. How many times have we seen his signature? He has a very distinctive signature. Like what he likes to say, unlike anything that's ever been seen before. I did hear that Megyn Kelly thinks that he's innocent, or thinks, oh, maybe the girls weren't that old. Okay, so it's not a their word against Trump's word thing, because the victims are speaking out. The victims have spoken out, and Virginia Guffey's book came out. Yeah, and I had to laugh when I saw MAGA Mike pretending, oh, what we were doing is the reason that we couldn't show the files. The reason that we can't show those things is we're trying to protect the girls. We've heard that one before. Yes, I'm live. 2 live streams a week, Kelbell. Thursday nights for our meditation and Sundays for our Church of Spirituality. There's a method to my madness. I want people to tune into the spiritually based videos more. Yes, believe the woman, exactly. And how many times have not just me, but other psychics too, other psychics that are good have been saying all along, the women will take him down. Yeah, the wheels have been set in motion. Lisa's saying the Republicans' car doesn't have any brakes. So what they're actually doing is 100 of them are going to vote for the files to be released. Thank you for giving me hype points. I appreciate it. Yes, for months and months, Michelle. Right. I mean, the women will take him down. And now we're seeing strong women being elected into strong positions. Right? So, and Kamala Harris is a strong woman. Just saying. Just saying. So if you want to ask me any questions before we jump into the meditation, we start at exactly 15 minutes. And that's so you can queue it up during the week right at the 15-minute mark. Jackie's got her crystals all ready for the meditation. Oh, that's a good idea. You heard that McConnell is actually going to run. I can't see the whole what you wrote. What they are deciding, on a different topic, but definitely related with the murder bill, is hugely unpopular with everyone, of course. And how popular do you think it's going to be after we spent so much time in this country getting, getting THC and CBD to be legalized? Gosh, that went on for decades. That's a lot of capital. That's a lot. First of all, it's a lot of taxes for the states to have CBD and pot stores, right? Same as, stores that sell alcohol. It's just kind of normal now. To shut that down, that's what they want to do. They want to shut it down. You know how much money gets invested in all? You've seen some of these marijuana stores. We're not talking about whether you're for it or against it. You could say the same about alcohol, right? Just from the perspective of economically. Yeah, so Mitch McConnell was proposing that they throw that in. Take away all the THC stores. And what were the other things? They're so heinous. Some of the MAGAs are saying that because by the DOJ under Biden, I should say it properly, the DOJ during Biden's administration investigated them in terms of, how much, or if they were involved in January 6th. They want to be rewarded with $500,000 a piece because they were part of the investigation. There were people that were, just being looked at, right? That's the other thing they want. Yeah, thank you. Nationwide abortion ban, which means a woman in crisis who could die from sepsis or some other complication, that means the woman would automatically die. So they want to put that into the bill now, right? So they're just seeing how much they can freak out the American people. Because, yeah, and with the MAGAs that want to steal $500,000 more from the American people, they all they did was got their phone records, right? Yeah. I mean, and let's not normalize in our heads, like I was talking earlier on my video about, Sean Spicer and the whole, this kind of all started with the whole gaslighting thing in earnest started with Sean Spicer saying that Donald Trump's inauguration crowd was the largest ever, right? The largest crowds ever for the 2017 inauguration, bigger than Obama's. Right? And speaking of Obama, they're trying to set up Obama to be prosecuted for investigating. Oh, Obama didn't really investigate, but while he was in office, was that? I don't even know why they're trying to get Obama for investigating the Russian interference. Anyway, none of it makes sense. I'm not going to use my brain cells trying to make it make sense. Because that's what it felt like to deal with National Grid today. Just to go back to that topic. Oh my God, the stupidity. Yeah, in what world does Sean Spicer live? Exactly. And then he went on to be in Dancing with the Stars. And speaking of Sean Duffy, the Secretary of Transportation, saying, like yelling at the air traffic controllers, like it's their fault they're not working. So it's thinking that they have, expressing his view that they have to just work for free. You don't want air traffic controllers working and not being paid. That's a recipe for disaster, pun intended. So let's remember that we have the power. And I'll tell you when the time is, especially remind yourself of that. We are the power. The time to especially remind yourself of that is when you hear a news story. Like I heard that Aileen Cannon and all the rest of them are getting together, the most heinous people imaginable that aren't really prosecutors and they're not really judges, are going to be trying Obama, right? Trying Tish James, right? When you get that feeling of, just stop and say, oh, we have the power. And guess what? The stronger we get, the more they will be attempting to scare us. They know how popular Barack Obama was when he was president and still is. They know that. So when they decide, we're going to prosecute Obama for what? Remember they were talking about Obamagate? That was a ridiculous thing when it came out. Like, Obama spied on Trump's campaign in 2016, they were saying. And we were all like, how? What are you talking about? So just know that the more intensely your reaction is, the more you have to affirm. That's because we're more powerful, that they're doing that crap. That's because they feel our power. That's because they're afraid, because they're not winning. They're a bunch of effing losers, like have never been seen before, right? Before we jump into the meditation, I just want to ask you all to subscribe to my Substack. It costs you nothing, and it helps me, I think. Let me just grab it. Drastic times call for desperate measures. It's on my Substack. Check it out. We have 10 seconds left. Go to Annette's Substack. And I shared it on my post page. All right, let's meditate. Make sure you're in a comfortable spot. And close your eyes and take a deep breath in and hold it, and a longer breath out. At your own pace, take a long, slow, deep breath in and hold it as long as you can, and a longer breath out. Really focus on the breath. Make that strong focus and attention. Really important and meaningful, like you have a sense of reverence for the breath. We should have reverence for the breath. It's what keeps us here. Another deep breath in and hold it as long as you can before you exhale. And then just breathe naturally and slowly. And allow your body to have a feeling, allow your entire being to have a feeling that you are divine perfection, whatever that means to you. And you can say to yourself, I am divine perfection. And just allow your entire body to have a feeling of total acceptance. Let that feeling in. Let that feeling into every cell of your being. The feeling of being totally and completely accepted. Not only by the world around us, but especially and most importantly, fill your entire being with the feeling of being totally accepted. And that means a feeling of existing with absolutely zero self-criticism. Imagine yourself in your life never criticizing yourself, and instead feeling completely embraced by the entire world and appreciated by all, and especially loved. Feel the feeling in every cell of your body of being loved, of being love. And affirm, I am a being of love. And as you affirm that, I am a being of love, just allow and accept that love to be in every cell of your body, the trillions of cells in your body are vibrating at the frequency of love. Just let it be. Let your entire being be love. Feel your body in the sensation of being accepting, surrendering to love, completely devoid of self-criticism and judgment. Just be. And as you feel your body becoming in this state of I am love, you become more energized. And though you have your eyes closed, you feel very alert and very aware, perhaps even more aware than when you have your eyes open. And now follow the breath, the gentle sensation of the breath as it moves in and out. Imagine a big ball of light like the sun shining so brightly and now shooting a ray of beautiful light into the crown of your head like a tube of light, shooting down through your body, exiting through the tailbone and connecting you to the floor and the earth, the ground below. Like a fluorescent tube of light, this light shines into all the cells of your body, feeling it revitalizing, renewing, healing, balancing, without having to force anything, just be. And now imagine yourself as a light being in physical form, but a being walking around in light. Imagine yourself walking around and you're just like a silhouette of light. Three-dimensional, but a silhouette of light walking around. And now imagine that present with you is a light being. And that light being is going to teletransport you to our nation's capital, to Washington, D.C. And this light being, whatever you imagine it to be, is perfectly fine, takes you by the hands, and together you begin to fly, and your etheric self, this light being body that you are, you find yourself teleported as an energy being, as a light energy being, to Washington, D.C. You're in our nation's capital. You're on the grounds of the White House. And all of a sudden you see so many others that are like you in human form, but filled with light. And you have a magical quality that you all can see each other, and you're moving around and you're feeling the light of all of us together, merging into a one body of light. And together, as light beings, all connected like one organism of individual light beings, like an amoeba, walking through any barriers and walking towards the White House. We are the power. You feel the feeling. The people united, these light beings that we are united, are here by appointment. And feel us walking through all barriers onto the grounds of the White House. We're on the lawn. We're just fearlessly, uninterruptedly walking into the building. And it's okay if you don't know what it looks like inside. You're just simply walking into the building. We're working with energy. And all of us together start to notice in the building that there are brooms and dust rags and even sage. And we, as light beings, we all, hundreds and thousands and maybe even millions of people, have completely taken over the building. And we begin to clean it. We begin to scrub it clean. And we're laughing and whistling while we work. And we're getting rid of all the horrible pictures and the fake gold and all the terrible things that Trump has done to the White House. We are cleaning it as light beings together. And now from the heavens, a huge ball of light appears and sends huge rays of light into the top of the building. More and more light, more and more light, more and more light, until all we can perceive is light everywhere, like a disinfectant. And we are joyful, and we are dancing, and we are together cleaning, and the light is helping, and we're whistling while we work, and we're dancing, and we're smiling, and we're laughing, and we're cleaning up our house. We're taking our house back. And now we begin to emerge, knowing our work has been done. We leave the building together, and we actually move and float over to the Capitol building, and we're excited. And we run up the stairs of the Capitol building all together, thousands and millions of us light beings going up the stairs into the building. Oh boy, does this place need to be cleaned. And there's nobody there at this time, but we get to work. Imagine we're all getting to work. All the light beings that we are emerging. We take vacuums and brooms, and we burn sage, and we get everything sparkling clean in that gorgeous Capitol building. It is gleaming. It's so clean, and we are cleansing the energy together. And once again, a huge ball of light from the heavens appears. The same ball of light has moved over and is shooting light into the Capitol building. And we're all immersed in light, and we're laughing, and we're singing, and we're dancing, and we're so happy. Wow, this place is getting really clean. Nothing dirty can come in anymore. And we're so happy. It's all filled with light. And we're so grateful that we're here, and we're so privileged feeling that we are here. And we're uniting, and we're playful, and we're having fun, and we're filled with joy. And we all leave the Capitol building now, and we know our work is done, and that the work continues as though on a time release. The buildings are being cleansed with a high vibration energy where nothing evil can survive, and evil cannot be sustained. And now we bring our focus to the Pentagon, and now we're excited, and we rush into the Pentagon. Light beings, we're getting charged up by all our success and our joy at being together. And we go in and we clean the huge buildings of the Pentagon. Huge, but we are magical, and we can do it quickly and effectively. And a big ball of light comes down. That same ball of light moved over to the Pentagon buildings and is shining huge rays of light into the Pentagon buildings. And we're there and we're cleansing and we're whistling and we're dancing. We know that it's working, and that's what makes us so happy. And the buildings pulsate with light. And when we feel like we're finished, we know that the work continues as if on a time release. And we are so happy that we have taken the opportunity to converge, to come together, to be light, united. The people have reclaimed their power. And now we're all back out on the grounds of the White House. We know the Supreme Court building is cleansed. We can imagine the big ball of light over the Supreme Court building and continuing to be over it as we begin to relax our focus. Cleansed. And now we're kind of stepping back and looking at all the buildings that we've just cleansed and sent light into. And they're different. And it is good. And all is well. And we have eliminated any doubt that this country will heal. We've eliminated any doubt about being powerful ourselves. And we have an overwhelming sense that all is well. And now each of our individual light beings that brought us to this place, that took us by the hand and brought us here to Washington, D.C. on the energetic etheric level, are taking us back, taking us by the hand, bringing us back into the room where we're seated. And you just feel total love from this light being. As it fades away, you feel changed. You feel stronger. You feel lighter. As if nothing can ruin your beautiful, happy feelings. And now you can say to yourself, I consciously claim my right and the right of the collective to change the situation that we've been seeing into the one of light and healing that we just created. And it is so. Take a few more deep breaths and relax your focus. And feel the feeling in your body of our vision being real and true. And feel the feeling in your body that you are anticipating that you will feel when our democracy is restored. We see it done. Let's count up from 5 to 1 now to bring you to an awakened state. You can do this meditation anytime during the week. And before I count up, we can make a commitment and a promise to ourselves that we'll keep ourselves thinking healing thoughts, bright thoughts, good thoughts, whenever we're tempted to be negative. 5, 4, 3, 2. At the count of 1, if you'd like to continue to meditate, you can do so, or you can become awakened. And 1. This concludes the meditation. Thank you. Namaste.